Hi, I'm Caroline, a yoga instructor with the City of Tempe Parks and Recreation program. So today we're going to do a little slow flow practice. And the important thing to remember here is that this slow flow, we technically call it a vinyasa practice, which means movement with the breath. And more than movement with the breath, it's movement for the breath. It's all about staying connected to the breath. So not too much effort to do anything. Do what your body feels comfortable doing. You can put a little effort, but don't over effort. Don't lose the breath, most importantly. And as always, if something doesn't feel right, don't do that, please. There should be no pain here. Okay. All right. So we'll start where there's some room for you to move. If you have a yoga mat, great, but you don't need one necessarily. All right. And then we're standing tall, feet hip socket distance apart from each other. So that's inner hip distance rather than outer hip distance. And we're evenly standing left foot and right foot, right? So this just tells the body that we're in balance. This is an important way to always start our practice. To start from at least the intention of balance, left and right. Right? Equal energy. That means equal energy in the left side of the body and on the right side of the body. And even more important, equal attention. Right? From here, let's inhale, sweep the arms up, let your fingertips meet. And then exhale, lower the arms down. As you're doing this, you're holding your core steady. So think pubic bone to belly button, just a little. Inhaling. Fingertips meet, exhaling, arms down. Let's do that once more. Inhaling, sweeping up, fingertips meet, exhaling down. And we'll get a little fancier now. Inhaling, sweeping up, fingertips meet, and now clasp your fingers together, reach the palms up, lift the ribs off the hips, but keep your core firm. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, sweep up, fingertips meet, and then clasp and reach up through the center of the palms. Exhale, lower down. And again, inhale, reach up, clasp, press up. Exhale, lower down. All right, we got a little bit fancier there. So now inhaling, lifting the heels as you lift the arms, the less familiar thread of the fingers, and pressing the palms up. So all of a sudden things just got a little bit real. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, lifting the heels, again that unfamiliar thread. Keep the tummy firm. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that once more. Inhale, press through the center. Exhale, lower down. All right, and then for a little bit more warm up in the whole of the body, we're going to inhale, we're going to circle the wrists in as we raise the arms up. And now, well, in the exhale, we'll circle the wrists out, keep those arms wide as you fold into the thighs. Then lower the arms. Inhale, circle the wrists in, lift the arms, and then start to lift the torso. Exhale, lower the arms down. Let's do that once more. Inhale, circle the wrists in. Exhale, circle out, fold. Your knees can bend here. We do want the tummy to touch the thighs. And inhale, circle in. Exhale, circle out, lowering the arms down. All right, just that little bit there. All right. So again, from the top of the mat, now just a graceful inhaling, floating the arms out and up, fingertips now palms together, but the shoulders don't slide up here. They're rested down. Your elbows can be bent if that works better. Exhale, fold into the legs. All right, Inhale, let's step the left foot back, lower the knee down, lift the chest, and sweep the arms up. Exhale, put the hands down, fingers together. And we're going to step our right foot next to the left foot, lifting our hips up, keeping the wrists to hips in a straight line. Your knees might have to be pretty darn bent here, and that's okay. Just keep this line, wrists to hips. The downward facing dog. Right. Exhale. Lower those knees down nice and soft. Inhale. Lift the tail, lift the chest, open the throat, but don't strain in your neck. Exhale. Tail under, rounding, sideways lift. Inhaling, reversing. Exhaling, round. Inhale. Exhale. And one final time, we're going to inhale, lift the tail. And now as we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows directly backward. Keep your hips up, chest down, chin down. Slide the feet, slide the hands, ribs are lifted. And then exhale, arms into the body through hands and knees, back to down dog. And then on an inhale, we're going to step the right foot forward again. We're in a lunge. We're going to keep pressing the feet up. Walk our hands onto that right knee. Press the hands so that the arms are straight, chest is lifted. And maybe, if you're feeling steady, arms can come up to the ears. Let's have palms forward and fingers together. Good. Exhale, hands down. We'll step our back foot to meet our front foot. Tuck into the legs. And inhale. Try to think of isometrically pulling your feet and thighs apart. That means they don't really move, but they try to. And we lift fingertips and palms together. All right, release the arms. Let's go again. Inhale, floating up, fingertips then palms meet. Exhale, a dive. Tummy. Inhale. Now we're stepping the right foot back. We're in a lunge. Can lower the knee and raise the arms up. Exhale, hands down. We'll step back, downward facing dog. Again, maybe the knees are bent a lot, but we have some pubic bone to belly button, some tummy tone, either way. Exhale, knees down soft. Inhale, tail up, chest up. Exhale, chest and chin down. Inhale, sliding the feet, maybe sliding those hands back so the ribs can lift. Exhale, lifting, downward dog. Okay. Inhale, we'll step our left foot forward. Now, if that's a struggle, and lots of times it is, right? Nothing wrong with that. You can always put your knees down and step that left foot up. And even if you find that your left foot is stuck somewhere here, give it a ride. All right. Right toes curl, the knee is lifted. Then we'll walk our hands onto that left leg. We'll stand up tall. Feet are pressing apart. And we can inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, lower down. And we'll step our back foot to meet our front. Folding. Inhale, the isometric separation of feet and thighs. Inhale, rising up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. And just relax, releasing the arms, just letting the body settle, right? Just feel. Okay. And then relaxing the eyes open, let's step the feet wide apart. And we'll turn our right toes to the right. Lift our left heel, slide it back a little. Feet press apart. We pretend we're putting on tight pants, zipping pubic bone and belly button points together so your core is steady. We'll turn the ribs to full face the side of the mat. The hips can keep going this way, the ribs go that way. Right, pressing the feet, inhale. Lift the arms, shoulder height, bend the right knee so it's over the ankle joint. And today, think about lifting up that right heel a little. Let your thigh sink down a little more and then lower the heel. Stand the spine nice and tall. Warrior two. All right. From here, we'll slowly straighten into that right leg, turn the palms forward. And we're thinking of pulling that outer right hip into the body. Ribs are still making that little turn to the left. So we keep hinging into the triangle pose, Trikonasana. Pubic bone to belly button so your ribs can turn open. Arms nice and wide. Now depending on your neck, you can look straight down at your foot. That's the easiest on the neck. If it's okay, straight ahead. Maybe up at the thumb. All right, breathing for sure. Okay, look down on the exhale. On the inhale, start to bend the right knee, rise back up, warrior two. And then exhale, a cartwheel down. Hands down, straddling the right foot. Okay, from here, step back, downward facing dog. And now we'll inhale into a plank. So maybe step the feet back a little more, reach the heels, little lift in the gaze, lots of tone in the tummy wall. And then exhale, lower the knees. Inhale, lift the tail. Exhale, plant. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, downward dog. That little flow there with the breath. Inhale, look up at the hands. Exhale, take a very calm little walk of your feet up to your hands. Tone your belly out of the way and fold into the legs. Inhale, isometrically separate feet and thighs, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we'll step out wide again. And this time we'll pivot left toes left. Lift that right heel, slide it back a little so your right toes are pivoting left. Two straight legs pressing apart, ribs turn, pubic bone to belly button. Inhaling, arms up, bending the left knee over the ankle joint. Feet are pressing, so legs are always working here. And again, let's try lifting the left heel, sinking the thigh a little lower, getting into that hip a little bit more. Keep turning the ribs. All right. And then exhaling, palms forward, straightening into the left leg as you're hinging. Legs are working, feet are pressing, zipping up those tight pants. All right. Right arm is up to 12 o'clock, the arms feel wide. And you keep thinking of deepening that hip crease. And also think about knitting your lower right ribs to your hip. So you're trying to squeeze the side waist here a little. All while you're breathing. Okay. And then inhale, Rising up, bending the left knee. Warrior two. Okay. From here, that cartwheel down. We'll step back, downward dog. We'll lengthen out our feet a little bit so we can inhale into the plank. And then we exhale the knees down. Inhale, tail up. Exhale, touch down, chest and chin. Inhale, slide the ribs up. Exhale, down dog. Right. And then from here, tummy lifting, knees coming down soft. Sitting back towards the heels, a little child's pose. So before you release the head down, come onto the fingertips, press the fingertips forward, feel your seat root back towards the heels. And bow the forehead, rest the elbows and the palms. Now, if your forehead does not rest comfortably down, especially if we have knee issues or hip issues, we might not come back so far, and then it's really hard to get the head in a good place. You can have a block under the head. You can have a towel rolled at the back of your knees so you can rest back. Either way, if your neck is stiff and you have a hard time resting, put something under the head. Right. And then as we're here, and lift the head a little, come back onto the fingertips, and with an exhale, curl your fingers to the right. So just enough so that you feel stretch on the left side of the torso. After a moment, you might try curling the left fingers a little more. The head can keep descending. Inhale back to center. And exhale over to your left, feeling the stretch on your right. Keep dropping that right armpit down. The tendency will be for it to lift up to stay out of the stretch. Drop the armpit. And inhale back to center. All right. Rise back up, hands and knees. We'll curl the toes under, downward dog as you exhale. Inhale, look up at the hands. Again, as we exhale, we're going to go for that very calm walk, just watching the body here. Just taking that little walk. The knees can bend. Tummy tries to lift. Eventually, the palms will lift. We'll get the tummy into the thighs. And then inhaling, floating the arms out and up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. We'll release the arms. All right. So we'll get a little bit stretchier here. Now you might want to have some height available in front of you. Maybe blocks if you have them, some books, a chair will work great. So if there's a chair in front of you, that can be very helpful. All right. So, standing at the front of your space, I have hands on the hips, elbows drawing back. And let's work that area of the body just for a moment here. So as you inhale, really try to squeeze your elbows towards each other. As you exhale, you can relax it. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. All right, and then inhale, elbows back, but pubic bone to belly button, so no hip thrusties, just a little openness in the upper body. We'll keep the right foot where it is, come onto left tippy toes, and take a straight step back with that left foot. Right, we might want to wiggle that right foot a little to the right so we can square the hips, and we want to feel steady, right? We want to feel steadiness. We want those left toes more forwards than sideways, so they do have a pivot forward. If you can't find that, you can shorten your stride a little bit, okay? All right, so before we go anywhere, that right knee is going to be bent over the ankle joint for now, and our toes are relaxed. So take that moment to relax your toes. It makes all the difference. And zip up pubic bone to belly button. All right, now from here, we're going to try to keep the hands on the hips and do this very slowly. As we exhale, we're going to start to hinge forward as we straighten the right leg. It's nice and slow. And when the tummy meets the thighs, then we can release the hands down. If we can't quite find the floor, that's when that height becomes helpful. And use the height you need so that you're feeling pleasant stretch in the right leg, not too much. And that right hip is drawing back, left hip forward. So we don't want the hips getting all cattywampus. All right, so with that, wherever, if the tummy is on the thighs, the chin moves to the throat, that little bow. And if tummy is not on the thighs, then we just keep reaching the torso forward and keep a nice neutral neck. So wherever you're comfortable working. All right. Okay. On the inhale, come onto your fingertips, whatever on. Raise the arms, and we rise up into warrior one. Just a nice little warrior one. And then exhale, arms down. We'll step the back foot to meet the front foot. And then give that a moment. Let tension flow out of the right side of the body. See if you notice a difference, right versus left. All right. Balanced on the feet, hands on the hips, elbows drop back. We feel that little engagement in the mid-back. And then we'll come on to right tippy toes and take a straight step back with the right foot. You can wiggle that left foot a little left so that, again, there's steadiness and we can even the hips. All right. Find the center of that right heel and we bend that left knee over the ankle joint. And so this is all part of the pose. Don't be in a hurry. This is the pose. The pose is unfolding, but we're seeing all the nuance in it. Okay. Now, keeping the hands on the hips, elbows together, as we exhale, we'll slowly hinge and straighten the left leg. We remember that straightening is a process. It's not an outcome. So to the degree you can make straight the left leg, you do, but you just work in that direction. Now, when you've come to your maximum intensity, which means the soft edge of intensity, not too much, hands can release, either onto the mat or some other surface where the stretch is happy. You need to be happy. Chin to throat. And if not, then just lengthening my front body. We're all thinking of our left hip lifting up and back while the right hip moves forward. Breathing. So even if the body looks static,
When you let the breath move in the pose, there's a lot of dynamic happening inside the body. All right, on the inhale, you can bend into that left knee, come onto the fingertips, raise the arms, and inhale, lift up, warrior one. We'll exhale the hands to the heart. Step the back foot to meet the front foot, relaxing the body. Just let the body be soft. Again, feel what's happening, in particular on the left side. And then see if you can feel the meeting of left and right in the body and of balance starting to come through the body. All right. And then relaxing the eyes open. Move into a little bit more flow again. Inhaling, arms out and up, fingertips then palms meet. And now all the fingers together, palms forward. Exhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, like you're sitting in a chair. But the chair keeps getting pulled back, further behind you. So your butt is reaching back. Your knees are not forward of your ankles. All right. And then exhale, hands down. Start to straighten those legs a little bit more. Inhale, fingers onto the shins, front body lengthens. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, step the left back into a lunge. Now if you like, you can put that left knee down. You've got a lot of energy. Keep the knee. Exhale, we're going to lift the right arm up into 12 o'clock. The left shoulder blade is pulling down your back. Left thigh bone lifting. Exhale the hand down. And we'll step that right foot back next to the left. Okay. We're going to lower the knees down. And this time, we're going to inhale, sweep on up to a tall kneel. All right. Arms next to the ears. Can always be kneeling on a blanket or double up your mat. Okay, a little bit of core here. As we exhale, we'll sweep the arms behind the back, left palm on top of right, so the core is lowering you down softly. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, right palm on top of left, pull in the tummy. Inhale, sweeping up. Let's do that 2 more cycles. Left palm on top. Inhale. Right palm on top. Inhale. Left palm. And right palm. We'll stay. Arms out in front. We'll come back up onto hands and knees. And then from here, round into the back, pull your sideways step. And then let's step our left foot forward. Okay, again, the option is to leave your right knee down here or curl the toes and lift it up. Okay. Right palm is down. You can always have a block or something else under the surface. Even the hips. And then we'll peel the left arm up. A little tone in the tummy. Feet pressing apart. Your right thigh is actively lifting. And then exhale the hand down. And we'll step back, downward facing dog. Little pubic bone to belly button. Right. Good. And then from here, lowering the knees down, and we'll sit back onto our heels. Okay. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, you can have some height between your feet. Notice. I put the block between my feet. You can do this with books. You can do it with a cushion or a rolled pillow. And if you can't find a place to make that comfortable, just a regular crisscross seat will do you just fine. Okay. So either from here or crisscross seat, maybe some height under you if you have a crisscross seat. And then let's inhale, take the arms up. Let's turn the right palm to face back and put your right palm onto the space between your shoulder blades, or as close as you can get it. So if you're up here, that's okay. And then we'll turn the left palm out, sweep that long arm behind the back. When you can sweep no more, you bend the elbow. And if you can clasp the opposite fingers. And if you can't, the hands can be apart. That's okay. That works. And then with that, turn that right elbow forward, reach the elbow tip up to the ceiling. Keep tone in your tummy wall. So a little bit of the cow pose arms. Right elbow up, left elbow down. And breathing. All right. Okay, on the inhale, release the arms, turn the palms up, dip the elbows down, and then rest the backs of the palms onto the thighs. Relax from the sides of your neck all the way to your fingertips. Let tension out of the shoulders. All right, inhale, float the arms up. Okay, this time the left arm bends. We put the palm between the shoulder blades, or as close as we can get. Turn the right palm out, sweep back, and see about reaching for opposite fingers. Now you might find very different things on different sides of the body, and be okay with that, wherever you are. Turn that left elbow in, reach the elbow tip up. Right, so we don't want it winging out, we want it forward and up, and right elbow tip reaches down. And again, a little tone in the tummy wall there. Deep breath. Right. And then inhale, float the arms out, palms up, elbows dropping, backs of the palms onto the thighs. Relax, neck to fingertips. All right. From here, rock off the hips. Bring the legs out in front of us. All right. And take flesh out from under the seat, and this is a place where if we have a hard time sitting up tall, we'll have some height under the seat. Right. We'll bend into the left knee. And we're just going to hug that shin in, sit up tall, and then we'll reach the right arm forward. If we can, elbow crease around the thigh, pulling us up even taller. And as you're doing that, you're pulling this thigh in. So maybe you feel a little stretch through the outer hip. And then we'll take the left fingers right behind the seat and make sure they're facing to the left. Give them a little press to the left and see if that helps turn the ribs more. And then gaze over the left shoulder. And as we're here, try to stay tall. So not leaned or dropped back and not leaned forward either, but a nice, upright, energetic spine.
Good. From there, a little release back to center. And then, if we can, let's see about taking our right hand onto the outer left foot. And once we have that, we're stabilizing with our left hand, that left thigh inward, and seeing about starting to maybe find straightness. We're moving towards straightness in that left leg. And then we can sweep that left arm back. Again, fingers together gently in the palm. So that keeps energy in the upper body. We can gaze towards the thumb. Again, we're standing up tall in the spine. Not forward, not backward either, right? Ribs and hips upright. All right. And then exhale. Let's bend that left knee as we're coming back forward, placing the foot onto the right thigh. For some of us, if we have the room in the hip and it's okay in the knee, the heel can be in the groin. And we'll take just a slow little fold into that right leg. Your little turn of the ribs to the right, little bit. Let your left lung drop heavier than your right lung. Don't torque out. Head moving toward the knee. So this is Janu Shirshasana, or all right. Inhaling, rising up. Lift up that left thigh, stretch out. We'll bend into the right knee. Hug the shins, sit up tall, left leg engaged, kneecap and toes up. All right, left arm reaches, elbow around the shin, right hand behind the seat, fingers facing right, so my right fingers are pressing and facing right, spine tall. And as I exhale, I explore the turn of the ribs. As I inhale, I explore height in the spine. Chin could gently move towards the right shoulder. All right, little release, not a full release. And we'll see about taking the left hand to the outside of the right foot. I'm stabilizing that right thigh inward with my right hand. And I start to explore moving this leg towards straight. It finds the straightest position it can. If maybe it's like that, and that's okay. And then we'll sweep that right hand back, fingers together, gaze towards the thumb. And a nice tall spine. All right. Releasing back. Can place that right foot inside the left thigh or heel to the groin. If my hip is tight and my knee is all the way up here, I can get a block or a pillow, towel, and put it underneath so that there's no strain in the inner hip. Okay. Little turn of the ribs to the left. With an exhale, I'm melting down towards the thigh. And here the right lung is dropping heavier than the left lung. So there's a subtle little twist here. You keep reminding ourselves, kneecap and toes up. And the head just releasing forehead to knee. All right, inhale, press back up, lift up the knee, straighten out the leg, wiggle out any tension in the body. We can make our way down onto the back. Maybe lift the hips, just settle the low back a little bit more. We'll finish with a soothing, very healing little grounding sequence, so simple. Apanasana. Palms on the kneecaps, fingers facing the shins. Inhaling, press the knees away. Exhaling, little drawing back of the thighs to the belly. This is very, very gentle, practically no effort at all. Breath is moving naturally. I'm not forcing the breath, so at this point it should be pretty slowed down. So my movement with and for the breath is very slow and relaxed. On the next inhale, as the knees move away, wait for the exhale, let the feet find the mat. Release the arms, and lengthen the legs out for rest. Now, if the low back gets fussy, if the spine just feels stiff, a little height under the knees or thighs, a rolled blanket or a towel, can really help the low back settle. And so that little extra height helps the legs relax, helps the back relax. So if you need that, generously give that to yourself. Let the body melt into the surface that's holding it. And simply be an observer of the experience unfolding within you. Unfolding in the body, and maybe what's unfolding within your mind. If thoughts are bubbling through, just observe them. Let them rush by like water in a stream, but don't dip your toes in. Just let it flow by. All right, start to deepen the breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly. And then with an inhale, bend the knees. And let the feet ground. Inhale. Take the arms back behind the head. And with an exhale, rest onto the side of the body. And then with an inhale, stretch out your top leg and use the hands to press you up to seated. Coming into a comfortable, conscious, present seat. So feel the body, feel that it's comfortable and settled. Don't treat this as temporary. Just be completely present to this in this moment. And we'll take our hands to the heart. We thank you so much for practicing with us today and for taking good care of you. That matters. We hope to see you soon.